Okay, it's 7 p.m. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to officially call this meeting of the Mayor and Council work session to order. I would ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silent prayer and/or reflection as we continue to think about the COVID pandemic and all the people that have been affected. As of today, New Milford had 8 more positive cases, which puts us at 1,399 confirmed positives. And unfortunately, we have 1 more death reported, which gives us a total of 46. Please salute the flag. I pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
to the
flag,
the United States of America,
and
and
to the republic
for
which it stands,
One
one
nation,
nation,
under
God,
indivisible, with liberty and
justice
justice
for all.
Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have an advance notice of and attend to any meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with this act, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of New Milford have caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall, and notices have been sent to the record in the Ridgewood News. The mission of this governing body is to provide essential services through the establishment and implementation of public policy that will safeguard the infrastructure, provide fair, honest, courteous, and professional services, establish a sense of trust and accomplishment between all residents, and through research and prudent planning, seek to minimize risk while improving our services. We are sensitive to the needs and satisfaction of our taxpayers, while realizing that this governing body cannot be all things to all people within the revenue constraints imposed by state mandates, economic conditions, and prevailing attitudes about taxation. Being that this meeting is being held virtually, I need to mention the following things. All participants are muted during the meeting. Anyone wishing to make a comment or ask questions can do so at such time that the meeting is open to the public for comment and during public hearings on any ordinances by hitting the button to raise your hand or by typing a message in the chat box. You'll need to state your name and address for the record. Members of the public may also submit written comments for any future remote meetings, either by email to cdemiris@newmilfordborough.com or a written letter to the borough clerk. Written comments must be received by 4 p.m. on the day of the remote meeting in order to be read into the record during the meeting. Members of the public commenting during the remote meeting shall not act in any manner to disrupt the meeting. If anyone becomes disruptive during the meeting, they will be muted. If time permits, the disruptive individual shall be allowed to speak after all other members of the public are provided an opportunity to comment. Any continued disruption may result in a member being prevented from speaking during the remainder of the meeting. Disruptive conduct includes, but is not limited to, shouting, interruption, and the use of profanity. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Siraki Hurley.
Present.
Councilman Seymour.
He will be a few minutes late.
Councilwoman Duffy.
Here.
Councilman Grotzky.
Here.
Councilwoman Sandhusen.
Present.
Council President Grant.
Here.
Mayor Petrino.
Here. Okay. Under unfinished business, may I get approval of the minutes from the January 25th, 2021 work public session meetings?
I actually, I have a correction because I made a misstatement. I apologize. So if I can make a correction.
Can I just point out,
Hold on one second.
it wouldn't be a correction to the minutes.
Oh,
You can't change the minutes. It's what happened at the meeting, but you can correct the statement.
I can correct the statement. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I correct that statement?
Sure.
All right. Before we approve the minutes, thank you for that. So I misspoke when I speaking about the electric vehicle, garbage vehicles that had been instituted by towns. I had mentioned Bergenfield. It was actually Jersey City that had received a fleet of 5 electric garbage vehicles in the summer 2020. So thank you.
Okay.
That's my.
Well, thank you for that update. So may I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We're going to move on to new business. Item number 1 is the 2021 budget, budget committee. take it away.
You want me to start?
Yeah, Chris.
Okay, so the Budget Committee met again on February 5th to continue working on the 2021 operating budget. And the information that we have currently has been forwarded to the auditor for him to drop into the budget document, which will give the Budget Committee a baseline to continue working. He did send us back a first draft today that we will be discussing at our next meeting. We're still waiting on one pretty big number, which is the amount from the BCUA. And we don't expect that we'll have that before the end of February. So until we have that information, we can't really move forward to finalize anything. But we're hoping that we will have that before the end of the month. And I think that's it from my perspective. I don't know if either Councilman Grotzky or Councilwoman Duffy would like to add anything else.
I think you've pretty much covered it. We have to wait and see what some of our final numbers are so we could tweak the final numbers once we get the BCUA number in. Thank you.
Thank you, Ira.
Okay, yeah, we look forward to seeing it. We know budgets aren't easy, particularly after the year we had with COVID and revenues down, but I know that we will do the best we can and we will provide a responsible budget for this borough, as we always do. Okay, item number 2, schedule updates. Right now, still the only thing that I have is the proposed Hippity Hoppity Trail, which is the Easter Bunny event. And the proposed date is Saturday, March 27th, which is the Saturday before Palm Sunday, with a rain date of April 3rd, which is the Saturday before Easter Sunday. I know the borough has another event coming up, our Rabies Clinic, so I'm going to turn it over to Council President Garnier Grant to tell us more about the Rabies Clinic.
The health department has a rabies clinic every year. They've been doing it for a very long time. I don't know how many years I've been volunteering at it for probably about 10 years now. You are free to bring your dog or cat to the DPW on this Saturday, February 13th, between 10 and 1 to get a free rabies shot. You can also get a license for your pet there if you have a dog or cat with you. If you don't and just need the license, then you'll have to go to Borough Hall or mail in your request for a license there. The information is posted on the borough website and also on Facebook. Oh, cats must be in carriers and face masks must be worn.
And dogs have to be on leashes.
Dogs have to be on leashes.
Excellent. I know the Rabies Clinic is a great service that we provide, and a lot of people look forward to it, so I'm glad we're doing it.
And we thank the health department and also Dr. Carberry, who volunteers every year to do this.
Great. Item number 3 is the COVID-19 Task Force Report. Administrator.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The COVID-19 task force met on Thursday, February 4th, with reports from the police department, the fire department, the Office of Emergency Management, the Ambulance Corps, Health Department, Administration, DPW, Recreation, and the Board of Ed. Some of the topics that were discussed included the recent increase to 35% for indoor dining, the return to in-person instruction via hybrid schedule for the Board of Ed, recreation, winter and spring sports, the status of the vaccination site in New Milford, and ways to increase resident participation in our Swift Reach system, which is more commonly referred to as the reverse 911. Our next meeting is scheduled for February 18th.
Excellent. Speaking of the vaccination site, I just wanted to provide an update. As we get information, we are posting it on Facebook and we'll be putting it on our website. As of right now, New Milford, our site is actually has been approved. We are pretty much ready to go. We are waiting for the state to let us know how many vaccinations we will be getting and when we may be able to get them. Once we know that information, we will be putting information out on how members of the public can sign up and register through New Milford for the New Milford vaccination site. I'm imagining that we will do a reverse 911 to alert everyone when the sign up will be available. We will also put it on the website, electronic bulletin boards, and Facebook.
And Mayor, can you confirm that it will be for New Milford residents only?
I cannot confirm that. Yes, I believe we will be able to start with New Milford residents only. I do not know if the state is going to make us open it up after a certain amount of time. I think it depends on how many vaccinations they're going to give us.
Right.
It will be by appointment only. We're figuring it'll be 15-minute intervals. It will be the New Milford Senior Center, will be the location. So that's what we know so far. And as we know more information, we'll get it out as soon as possible. Our goal is to get, as many people in New Milford vaccinated who want to be vaccinated. And we do have to follow the state guidelines of the qualifications for vaccination, 1A, B, C, and so forth, seniors.
Thank you.
Administrators report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a very short report tonight because I reported on the task force and the budget committee previously. I just want to remind everybody that the Borough Hall is closed on Monday, the 15th in observance of President's Day. And our next meeting is going to be Monday, February 22nd. That's it for me.
Okay. And we have a few ordinances to introduce. So whenever, Chris, you are ready, let me know.
Okay.
The first one is ordinance 2021:01. Clerk, would you please read the ordinance?
Yes, a capital ordinance to appropriate the sum of $214,000 for the improvement of Boulevard from McKinley Avenue to Main Street in, by, and for the Borough of New Milford in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and providing that such sum so appropriated shall be raised from a state grant.
Okay, this is the to appropriate for a DOT grant for Boulevard resurfacing, and this will go from McKinley to Main Street. May I get a motion to approve this on its first reading?
Motion.
Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Yes. Councilwoman Siraki Hurley.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy. Yes, you're on mute.
Yes.
Thank you. Councilman Grotzky.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen.
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
Okay, we will have the public hearing on this ordinance on February 22nd. The next one on the list is ordinance 2021:02. Whenever the clerk is ready.
Bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements and the acquisition of new, additional, or replacement equipment and machinery, new communication and signal systems, equipment, and a new automotive vehicle, including original apparatus and equipment, in, by, and for the Borough of New Milford in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $773,750 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Okay, this is our annual capital budget. Basically included in it is our annual road program, which includes resurfacing and curbing, the garbage truck that was approved that we are going to purchase. This takes care of the roof and air conditioning at Fire Department number 1. It will also include various fire department equipment and upgrades to the council chambers and the courtroom. May I get a motion to approve this on its first reading?
Motion.
Second.
May I get a roll call, please? Well, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Roll call, please.
Yes, Councilwoman Siraki Hurley,
Yes.
Councilman Seymour,
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy,
Yes.
Councilman Grotzky,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen,
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
Okay, this also will be up for a public hearing on February 22nd. The last ordinance tonight is ordinance 2021:03. Clerk, would you please read it when you get a chance?
Yes. Capital ordinance of the Borough of New Milford in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of various police equipment in, by, and for the borough, appropriating therefore the sum of $46,861, and providing that such sum so appropriated shall be raised from the capital improvement fund of the borough.
Okay, this is our multi-purpose capital ordinance. As Chris mentioned, $46,861. This will include body cameras for our police department, which is now state mandated. It will also include AED for the new police building, and it'll include speed signs. May I get a motion to approve this ordinance on its first reading?
Motion.
May I get a second? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Siraki Hurley,
Yes.
Councilman Seymour,
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy,
Yes.
Councilman Grotzky,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen,
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
Once again, there will be a public hearing on this on February 22nd. Did everyone have a chance to look at the list of resolutions? And are there any that need to be pulled out for further discussion? Okay.
No.
At this time, I would ask for a motion to open up for comments to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Ladies and gentlemen of the public, we are now open. Give us your name and your address, and you have 5 minutes to address any concern you have regarding the Borough of New Milford.
Okay, Mr. Surmabikian, you are able to speak at this point.
Sure, thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Michael Surmabikian. I'm at 160 Harrison Street in New Milford.
How are you tonight?
I'm fantastic, actually. Thank you. Before I get started, I'd like to take the time to thank the OEM and the Public Works for their endless, tireless effort to get that snow up and off our streets. Very much well appreciated. And all the other efforts within the municipality as well. As a member of the Green Team, as a chairman as a Green Team, we're looking to apply for a TA grant. The TA grant is going to do kind of an audit of our energy systems within the facilities, kind of like an Energy Star rating, to take a look at where we're at, and that's kind of the beginning. From there, we can look into some suggestions. I also do want to mention is we had applied earlier for the Garnier Grant. The Garnier Grant, on a recap, was looking at our fleet, and we got good kudos from Sustainable Jersey. We didn't make it. We fell short, but they were very happy with the letters of support and all the information that we pulled in such a short time. So I do want to give the Green Team credit for that as well, and thank you guys for your work in that process. So within the TA grant, something that I think what we're looking for is just support from mayor, council, department heads, other subcommittees along the way, so that we could be able to kind of streamline the process without interfering in their daily operations. And I expect a lot more to come within the Green Team as we go. And as you guys know, the plan is to, it's not just keeping New Milford as a cleaner community, but the greener community would also save a cost later on, if not just the environment. I think that would be all to wrap up quickly.
We agree, and the TA grant is actually on our list of resolutions tonight.
Wonderful.
I think it's 177.
That's correct. Yes.
I'm sorry, 77, not 177.
Getting ahead of ourselves.
So sorry.
Councilwoman Duffy has a question, I think. Are you raising your hand?
Yes. Regarding this grant, are you looking for letters of support? And if you are, what is the deadline for the letters?
So everything's a little bit of flexible here on certain parts of this grant. I believe February 22nd is we need to start receiving, they need to receive most of their grant applications by then, or February, a few days earlier, February 19th, rather.
Okay. So you need these quickly.
Yes, that's unfortunately with Sustainable Jersey, they push up a grant. The Green Team has been meeting more than monthly now to kind of catch up, because by going through the traditional basis, we'll always be behind the timeline and the clock.
Okay.
I think the state does that on purpose.
Giving away money, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, we support the Green Team, and we are excited for all the things that can be done. And we know you're going to do good things.
Wonderful, thank you. Apologize for jumping. They didn't come in. My 2.5-year-old was running around, so thank you. I apologize.
No problem.
Thank you,
They
guys.
do that.
Yeah, they do that.
Yes.
Are there any other members of the public raising their hand?
We have 2 other members in attendance, and neither has indicated that they wish to speak at this point.
Okay, with that, I would ask for a motion to close to the public.
Motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Let's go around the squares, and we're going to start with Councilwoman Siraki Hurley.
So, good news for the historic preservations. We have been granted 3 grants for one of the projects that I think I have discussed before in the past, which was to get an auditory hearing. What's wrong with me? No, not a hearing. For whatever residents or past residents that have lived in town for a long period of time, to give a history of our town. And we have been awarded $950, which is a lot, which is great. So that was exciting, of which we're putting everything together now, the questions, getting names of individuals. So if anyone can think of or know of anyone who would be interested, to please get a hold of Historic, either Nancy or myself. That would be very exciting. We haven't, and I haven't had my events meeting yet, or any of the others yet. So that's it for now.
Well,
Thank
Thea, my grandmother comes home tomorrow, so I will put her to work right away as soon as she gets home, and I'll
Okay,
tell
great.
her that we're going to get
On the
an oral
top of
history
the
from her.
Yeah, she is. And just so everyone knows, Michael Perona's home, and he's doing very well.
Good.
Good news.
He's another one on top of our list.
Good news.
He is our historian. That's about it. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Sandhusen, you're next.
Oh, we can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Nope.
This.
There you go.
Does that work? Okay. So learning all my new headset technology. So apologies for that. Let's see. So thank you for, you got to meet Green Team Chairman Michael Sermabekian, and that team's very busy keeping, looking forward ahead to Sustainable Jersey certification. And thank you all for your support with that. Environmental Commission at their meeting this month hosted a presentation by the Hillsdale Environmental Commission, and they presented an overview about what an environmental resource inventory is and gave some ideas about the scope of the project and some ways to approach the project. So the Environmental Commission is assessing the next steps with that presently. And I'm complete. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President Grant.
Just want to reiterate the information about the Rabies Clinic, which is Saturday, February 13th from 10 to 1. And dress warmly because chances are you will be standing outside, online outside. So take appropriate care. See you Saturday.
Probably going to be snowing.
Yeah.
Councilman Seymour.
Hello, everybody. I just want to echo what was said earlier, that I want to thank our DPW and compliment them on another great job with more inclement weather. Definitely great, among many reasons, to live in New Milford with such a great, hardworking crew at DPW, first responders, police, fire, everybody. So I just, again, want to send my thanks and gratitude to them. Had a few committee meetings. The Recreation Committee met again, and they continue to plan outdoor sports. Unfortunately, there were some logistical challenges as far as indoor basketball with respect to location, but they're doing the best they can to plan and schedule an outdoor spring sport season. And as many of you may be aware, because there was even a write-up this week, I believe, in the Record of Hackensack, the bid has been submitted regarding Knights Field, and we are looking for construction to begin as soon as possible, I believe, and Mayor, I'll defer to you on this, as early, hopefully, as spring, with a high school regulation softball field, which will be open to use by the high school girls softball team, and a practice soccer field and a passive use area as well. So I think everyone is excited, looking forward to it. The rec committee is very excited and looking forward to that, and is eager to see what comes of that. The Board of Education met last week, and again, with sincerest thanks to the superintendent, Michael Polizzi, the board president, Tani Andrews, and the entire board, I'm happy to report that our schools have reopened, albeit at a hybrid model right now, that the kids are back in school. And I know, as a parent and as a member of this community, I couldn't be happier and more excited that things are slowly but getting back to normal. So I thank them as well. And Mayor, I have a question for you. I, of course, heard earlier how you mentioned that we're trying to make New Milford's vaccination center allow us to prioritize residents. Is there any indication as to whether we might also be able to prioritize New Milford teachers who are not residents?
I will not know the answer to that until we hear from Sam Yanovich, our health officer.
Okay.
The vaccinations are coming from the state through Mid-Bergen Regional, and whatever rules that are attached to that we get, we're going to have to follow. I am hoping that we can vaccinate our school staff. I think that would be great. I think it makes sense. I just don't know if they're going to prioritize that. And we have to follow the rules because I do not want to jeopardize getting vaccinations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just was, want to make sure we provide as much
That
support.
is my hope. Yes, it is my hope.
Thank you, Mayor. And that's my report.
I have a question, Mayor. Regarding the vaccinations, can you confirm that we don't know yet which vaccine we're getting?
I can't 100% say what we're getting. The last I heard, it was Moderna.
But that's still unclear at the moment.
It's unclear at the moment.
Thank you.
Right now in Bergen County, it's actually a 50-50 split between Pfizer and Moderna.
Oh,
And
really?
I actually have the latest numbers. 91,900 people have gotten their first dose in Bergen County. 27,239 people have gotten their second dose. And that's of today, and it's an exact 50-50 split between Pfizer and Moderna. And I know the Johnson & Johnson vaccination is on the horizon. I believe they're going through the FDA channels as we speak.
Thank you.
Welcome. And Councilman Seymour, yes. There will be a regulation softball field. There will also be lights. The field will be sod. The passive area is grass. And there will also be some drainage enhancements at the location with some impervious walkways, benches, obviously backstop, some amenities,
Landscaping.
and sports netting for safety.
I just want to add to that, Mayor, that one of the sentiment that was expressed at the recreation meeting was that the Board of Education has always been a tremendous partner to the borough and has always given back to us. So everybody is thrilled to be able to give something back to them and extend, of course, the opportunity for the high school girls to use this field.
Well, we're always looking for partnerships and working together. I think it saves money on both ends, and it all comes from the taxpayer, so it's a good thing. And yeah, we want to thank Recreation and the Field Committee because, you know, we took pieces of multiple designs and put this one together, and this one's going to be a winner.
Awesome. Thank you, Mayor.
So I'm looking forward to it. Councilwoman Duffy.
Thank you, Mayor. I would say that almost everyone here this evening has touched on the vaccine news, which is really exciting that it's coming to our town. I want to thank our Board of Health President, Denise Brunner, and our public health nurse, Lori Palma, for the work they've done. You know, putting us in touch with the state, being certified to become a site, and now being able to offer this directly to our residents. And Matt, I just in response to your question regarding the staff at the high school or in the town, I would say, and this is just from my point of view, I'm concerned that those in need get from our borough, get their vaccines first. They are our priority. And I can personally say how difficult it has been to secure an appointment throughout the county in the last 3 to 4 weeks. So once it gets to New Milford, I'm pleased that our residents will catch a break, so to speak, and be able to get vaccinated so close to home. So that's very important to me, and I'm hoping that that's how it will go. And if we are allotted more than we need for that particular group, then I think it would be great if we could open it up to the staff of our school system. And on some other news, beautification will meet next month, and we will start planning our use of our budget for the year. Last year, because of the virus, we did not do any projects, and we used our entire budget and volunteered all of our volunteer time to the Halloween event. So I'm very grateful to Beautification and their efforts for what they did last year. They put their projects aside to help create a nice event for the kids in town. But going forward, we're ready to hit some gardens. As far as the 100th anniversary, Thea and I are planning a Zoom event with a small amount of members to plan our agenda for a larger meeting and still on Zoom. So moving along on that. And that's my report.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Several people have asked me about volunteering for the vaccination site. They are nurses, or some not, but some nurses. And I've suggested that they contact either the borough administrator or the health department. Is that the correct information I should be giving out?
Certainly they can contact us, but from my understanding from Sam Yanovich, our health officer, is that they're going to be staffed through Mid-Bergen.
Oh.
But if there is a need for volunteers, we'll certainly welcome anyone who wishes to do so.
So, but they should contact you then, Chris.
I would say that they could contact me or they can contact the health department directly.
Okay, so my advice was good. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Grotzky.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to repeat what Councilman Seymour said with our DPW. The first storm that lasted 3 days, we had crews in who didn't go home for over 40 hours. They did an exemplary job. They did a great job yesterday. Tomorrow we're getting hit again, and they're just doing a fantastic job. So kudos to the DPW. Thank you.
And I just want to clarify something. They were in for 40 hours, but they weren't working straight for 40 hours. So I don't want anyone to think they did not take the proper breaks
They
that are,
rested. They took breaks.
right.
Mayor,
Okay.
may I just add something?
Yes.
They have been doing an incredible job. Our DPW are wonderful in it. And I've noticed driving around, I know it's difficult to do at times, but our fire hydrants, a lot of them are not clear. They're under snow. So if you have a teenager that wants to get some upper body exercise in, maybe they could help shovel out our fire hydrants. Because there's a lot of them down still under.
Fire hydrants are so important, and I keep posting information about clearing
It has been
hydrants
all
and
over
reminding
Facebook.
people. I know it's difficult because there's a lot of snow and more snow is coming, but it's really imperative that we keep those clear. 3 feet on each side. The only thing I would like to add is the New Milford Teaneck Elks Lodge 2290 has invited members of the mayor and council to attend their memorial service, which will be on February 21st, 2021. Because of limited capacity, they're asking for RSVP. So if anybody wants to attend, please let me know and I'll RSVP for you. I will be in attendance, and I'm pretty sure Councilman Seymour will be in attendance on that as well. So just let me know on the side if you'd like to attend.
Yes, I absolutely will.
It'll be at
As a
1
proud
o'clock.
member of the Alliance students.
At 1 o'clock, you said, Mayor?
1 o'clock, yes. At the Elks Lodge, February 21st, their annual memorial service. And the other thing I have is we have a new business in town called Maximum Performance Physical Therapy, and they are located on Main Street, where the former karate studio was, right on Main Street. They reached out to me and they're interested in doing their ribbon cutting. So I've been talking to them and we're going over a few dates for later in February. So I will advise on that, and we'll get a bunch of us to go down there and give them a proper New Milford welcoming. And we love when new businesses come into town.
And Mayor, we still haven't gotten around to do a ribbon cutting for the new dog groomer on Main Street. I will have to connect with them and talk with them. And
yes, we are also going to do one for the Bergen Farm. That one was delayed. We have to do that one, and we're going to have an upcoming one with Bambino's Deli. So maybe when it gets a little bit warmer, we could bang them out in March. That would be good. Okay, that's all I have. Is there anything else around the table? Anything from our borough attorney?
No, Mr. Mayor, I don't have anything. Thank you.
Okay. I just want to let the public know that once we are going to go into closed session, when we come out of closed session, no action will be taken. There will be no votes, and we will immediately adjourn the meeting. So at this time, can I get a motion to approve resolutions 2021:71 through 2021:78?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. May I get a motion to go into closed session?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into close. Continue to be safe. There's more snow coming this week. Remember to keep those hydrants clean. and keep the cars off the street. Thank you for your cooperation.